It's unforgiving love. When will you come around? When will you come around? When will you come around? It's unforgiving love.
First and foremost, if nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You're going to continue to achieve anything you set out to do. You understand me? Also, chosen ones, you already know, I do have to give you a brief disclaimer. So I only want you to take what resonates and I want you to leave the rest behind, all right? So I don't want you trying to force certain scenarios for you. If you don't happen to get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you're going to get it through somebody else, all right? So be patient with your process. Also, as you already know, my voice is too raspy to be whispering, all right? So this is about the time that you probably want to go ahead and hit that volume. Now, before we get started, as always, I want to thank you so much in advance for all your love, like, share, subscribe, share gifts, kind words, not only to myself, but each other too. Because I don't always get to pause in the middle of the message to relay those things to you. Also, chosen ones, I will say for those of you who have to pop in and out of the live, I'll definitely post this on YouTube as well, all right? Now, excuse me in advance because my allergies are acting up a little bit. So if you hear me coughing and sniffling or having a scratch at my eyes, or you understand, you got it. Now, chosen ones, the message for today. Now, there's a few parts to it, all right? Now, I say this because the first part is you have to prepare for your prayers, all right? So this is make sure that you're properly prepared for the things that you're praying for. So whether or not that is love, affection, attention, an opportunity that's going to get presented, a sense of direction, clarity, so on and so forth, all right? You have to first properly prepare for those things. So we're going to get into that part, all right? And then we're going to get into certain things that are going to get presented to you and to make sure that you're not missing out on the opportunity. Thank you so much, beautiful. So first, we'll stick with the preparing for your prayers, all right? Chosen ones. There's some of you who have been praying for God to present certain things to you, right? So whether or not this is love, you've been praying for reciprocation. You've been praying for somebody to get presented that is going to protect you, provide for you, love you, embrace you, so on and so forth. Somebody that will be an added addition to you, not somebody that will complete you, somebody that will be an added addition to you. You have to fully be fulfilled before you meet this person, okay? Because if not, then your pressure is going to be placed on them and you're going to be expecting them to carry the loads that other past people then put on you in a sense, and that's not fair to them because you're a reward to them too, all right? So let's just make sure that you are aware that when you ask for reciprocation, that means that you're still going to have to play a position to that person as well. So it's not just you getting loved on, it's just not you receiving gifts, it's you doing the same thing for that person that's coming in, all right? So I just want to give that little small insight pertaining to it. Now let me say this. Properly preparing for that person. I say this, chosen ones, because there's some of you that are still holding comparisons to the people that are about to get presented to you, to the people from the past that didn't step up and play certain positions to you. So you're comparing the past people with the people that are coming in when really there's no comparison. You shouldn't even see certain ways similar to them. You understand me? They should not even be in your mind in a sense. It's out of sight, out of mind. They should already be behind you, okay? Now, I say this because there's some of you, and it's not just people that you used to be romantically connected to, but it's also certain third-party energies, which is your family, your friends, opinions, certain situations that were occurring in your life that had you looking in different directions. You have to properly prepare for the things that you're praying for. So think about why it didn't work out the last time. Outside of that person in the past not making the right decisions, on your part, take accountability. What part did you contribute to your misery, all right? Because some of you, every time you get in a relationship, you go out there telling your family and your friends, quote unquote family and friends, your business. So now you're including third party energies in your relationship, but wonder why you keep attracting people who are entertaining other people outside of you. There's some of you chosen ones, but because you're still not fully healed from what that past person did to you, and you're bringing them into the new energy with this new individual, because you keep comparing what they're doing to the past person and what they did, or you're trying to, again, you're scarred, you're not properly prepared, so you're comparing them to them. You're holding them accountable for what somebody else did, right? Now, I say this because that's you bringing a third party in the energy too. There's some of you chosen ones where you're wondering why you keep attracting third party energies, and that's because you have that third party energy around you too. You have family that interferes, has an opinion on the person that you're dating or entertaining. You have friends that you're focused on their opinion or their how they perceive your partnership. You're out here thinking about everybody else except for the people that's really involved with it. That's you, them, God, and if you have children, of course, them too. But still, you have to make sure that you're fully fulfilled within you. So, chosen ones, some of you, it's not because you're a cheater that you attract cheaters. It's not because you're somebody who has to entertain various people to be with somebody. No, sometimes it's because you have too many third-party energies involved. Your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your best friend, your past friend, your co-worker, your neighbors, strangers, their exes. You're allowing too many people to interfere with what you got going on, all right? So again, chosen ones, you have to trust what God is guiding you pertaining to this individual. It's not based upon other people's opinions pertaining to it. It's not for everybody else to get. You understand? So just know that. So the first, properly preparing for your person is one, making sure that you're able to reciprocate. That means that you're giving to them too, not just them pouring into you. This means that them not just texting you grand rising or hey beautiful or hey handsome, you reciprocating that as well. So whether or not this person takes the lead or you take the lead, it's an exchange, all right? Now the person coming in is not your it's not their responsibility to fulfill you or fully fill you from certain losses that you experience. No, they're going to make you assist with you creating new memories, but it's not for them to give you everything. You had to be that in order to receive that. So yes, they're going to compliment you, but this is not where your confidence comes from, the compliments of another individual. No, you should be already thinking these things about you. It'll just be an added bonus to have somebody say those things to you outside of yourself. All right. Now, as far as a provider, okay, well, you're not looking for somebody to come in and take care of you. This is not for you to be out here thinking, oh, well, you're supposed to get a millionaire and they're supposed to come in and they're going to clear out all your problems. No, you don't get rewarded like that. You have to know that you have the ability to provide for you too, chosen one. So there's some of you that certain partnerships were restricted because you were not stepping up in your power. The people that you were in the past connected with made you feel limited. You believe that, so now you feel like somebody else is supposed to come and save you when God put certain tools within you for you to provide for you too. It's supposed to be you getting certain income coming in, they're going to be having certain abundance coming in, and you guys are going to sit there and be able to pour into each other. You guys are going to be replenishing each other. You understand? Not deducted. So again, you have to find your worth. If you're asking for something, you got to make sure that you're being that. Now, again, chosen ones, I will say this. You have to know the right individuals to where you see that seed in them, where you see a successful seed. Now, I say this because there's some of you chosen ones that feel like, oh, well, the person with money is the person that you're going to select. And you'll look over that masculine or that feminine that's in the process of building up their things. See, I say this, chosen ones, because there's some of you right now that you're sitting there looking down to certain people that you're around or that they try to encounter you. They got love for you. They got affection for you, but they're in the process of building certain finances for themselves. There's some of you that's going to look over that person to somebody who will say that they can provide financial things for you, but they're not going to give you love, attention. They don't got no time for you. These are people who don't really look at you like that. You're always going to feel like you're competing with this individual, so on and so forth. All right. Or competing for. Now, I say this because this is the time where you have to make sure that you're not repeating cycles, chosen ones. And I say this because in the past, you were somebody that you may not have been where you wanted to be financially or materialistically, but you had sincere love to give. You're somebody that you may not have had $1 million, but what you had, you was willing to break down and split with them. See, you were somebody, chosen ones, that you were destined for greatness, but when they seen you, they didn't see that. So that's almost like somebody seeing that seed that prior to, thank you, babies, prior to you planting it, right? They look at that seed and they don't see nothing. It's because you got to water it. You got to put a little bit of work in it, and then you're going to see something, right? So, chosen ones, there once was upon a time that people looked over you because you was a seed that didn't grow as of yet. You had to water yourself. You had to make sure that you planted yourself in the perfect foundation. You had to make sure that you're giving yourself attention. That's that light. That's that sunlight. That's that photosynthesis in a sense, right? You had to make sure that you were speaking affirmations and positive things on you. That was watering it. You had to make sure that you was in the right atmosphere, because if not, it was going to cause certain damage to it, right? So there's people who didn't look at you. Well, when they looked at you, they didn't see your value because you didn't have the things that God said that he was about to give you. It was a work in process. You still had certain work to do. So now you're stepping into that season, chosen ones, where you're about to be abundance, but you also got people that's about to align to you that can give you love. They have ambition, but they haven't had the opportunity yet. That's the same as you. Some of y'all are perfect musicians. Thank you, babies. Some of y'all are perfect musicians. Some of y'all are perfect actors, rappers, as far as designers, whatever the case may be. There's some of you that are perfect at the things that you do. You're talented, but you haven't had the opportunity for everybody to see it. You understand me? So I want you to realize that there's some of you that's about to align with individuals that they're not at their highest extent yet. Their harvest hasn't grown in yet, but it's up to you to see that they even have it in them to be able to do that. You understand me? So this is not just your job. I'm talking about if they giving you something which is love, affection, and they trying, then that's enough. It doesn't mean God's going to reward you too for seeing through certain material things and doing what y'all got to do. Y'all building together. Now I've been having to tell y'all this. A few of you recently. You'd rather have somebody that you don't want somebody to come in and do everything. You're willing to put in work too. So that means, all right, well, if they got the bricks, you got the concrete. All right, I'm going to be out here stacking these bricks with you. Okay, well, if you got this, I got that. It's a team effort. You just happy because you're doing it with this person. Y'all are building a nice foundation together. The issue is some of you were trying to build beautiful foundations with people that was bringing certain negative things into it. So the foundation had chaos, destruction, deceit, all of those things, right? Now, there's some of you chosen ones again. God is giving you a second opportunity at certain love that you may have looked over, certain opportunities that may have, you may have felt have been missed. But you have to know who to sit there and water. Now, let me say this. There's some of you that will encounter somebody that everybody else then sat there and downplayed them. Everybody else then gave up on them. Everybody else has a negative opinion on them, right? Now, again, they may not have seen certain success within that person, but they didn't know how to water them. See, you were somebody who knew how to nurture them. So think about a plant that's on its last life. You take it to a nursery in a sense, and they have the ability, because of their mentality, because of their talent, because of their atmosphere, whatever the case may be, they can bring that back to life. That's just like as far as a pet. Your pet got sick, or your fur baby got sick. You took it to the vet. They was able to assist it, right? They have certain tools that you may not have on you to do those things. So there's some of you chosen ones. Now, this ain't saying turn everybody to your project. Now, this ain't for you to keep having to do or deal with these fixer-uppers. The difference is you going into a house and knowing that you want to build a foundation, and that person's putting that work in. They not sitting there putting you in positions that are negative. They're not putting you in positions that are going to you understand, cause destruction. So the difference is the person has the ability. They may not have had the opportunity, but if you present that opportunity to them, chosen ones, then certain things are going to flourish for them. They're going to believe in themselves. Some of you chosen ones, the people around them put them down. They ain't believe in themselves. You come around, you water that seed, and now all of a sudden they succeeding. You understand me? You have the ability to do that, but not everybody's your assignment. That's why you have to know or have that eye on what's a dull seed, a dud seed, or which one, you understand, it actually has the ability to produce certain things, because some of you are the opportunity. You understand? So I always say be mindful when you're looking at certain tarot card readers and all of that. Now, nothing's wrong with it. It's the energy behind it. So as long as they positive, there's prophets and prophetess that's in that position. I always say tarot cards is like a picture book in a sense. So nothing pertaining to it's negative. But I say be mindful, because there's some of you hearing messages about how you're going to come in contact with a wealthy individual, not realizing that you're the wealthy person. You're not realizing that what placement in your chart that you're acting in, because you could have earth placements, fire signs, water signs, all of that through your birthing chart. So whatever position or energy that you're in at that point in time, if you in your boss energy, you in your grinding energy, you may come up in your masculine energy, or you may come up in that different sign. And now you're thinking it's a person coming in when it's really you. You got certain abundance that's going to be arriving to you, and you'll be the opportunity that gets presented to the person. So you have to see it through, chosen ones. You have to know the energy, but you also have to know you, so that you know how it applies to you. Because there's some of you are hearing certain things and you're not realizing, you thinking it's this person because they said this sign, and you feel like, oh, well, I know this person's sign is this. Whole time their moon placements was that sign that was getting mentioned, and you thought it was somebody else. So you have to know the truth pertaining to it, okay? Now, with me saying this again, it's all about the energy. So when you come to me, you know I'll describe the energy to you. I always will let you know if, as far as that person, if they's for you, and also how to trust your intuition, so that when you come in contact with the same demon in different disguises, you understand, you clearing that cycle out. Now, I say this, chosen ones, again, opportunities are about to get presented. Make sure that you're not missing them, okay? Now, I say this because there's some of you that are praying for certain, now we said about love. The past people got to be out the picture, because if not, if you're not listening, you're going to miss an opportunity or make things harder for yourself. Then you're going to be out here crying and wilding out, got anxiety and shit, because everything you feel like has to happen at one point in time, and you had opportunities to gradually move into it. So when God is showing you the signs and synchronicities that certain people are not for you, he's telling you to let go of these individuals. It feels like it's a struggle with them. I'm not talking about simple struggles. I'm talking about they cheating. I'm talking about they deceiving. I'm talking about they abusing you, misusing you, people that are draining you, so on and so forth, right? When God is showing you signs and synchronicities to get away from this person, he intuitively tells you what they intend to do before they have an opportunity to do it to you, right? Just so that you could escape that. He gives you first choice. Like, all right, you get a chance to move away or walk away, so before certain things start to happen. A lot of you didn't pay attention to it. You didn't see it, so you ain't believe it, right? So then all of a sudden, in due time, certain things started to come out. The veil started to get lifted. You seen the truth about them, right? The energy started shifting. Now you physically are getting triggered. Whereas intuitively, God was telling you, tapping on your shoulder, putting you onto information about these individuals. You didn't listen to it. So then all of a sudden, God started to physically, you started to get triggered by it, because your body was rejecting it. It didn't tie in with you, okay? So with me saying this, you got an opportunity to walk away from these individuals. God always gives you first choice, chosen ones. Some of you chose not to. That don't mean that you're going to stay with that individual. You're still going to get forced away from them, but you're not going to like how it's going to happen, okay? And I'll explain it to you. There's some of you that the person then sat there and found somebody else, and they left you. They cheated on you. They chose this person over you. They left you by yourself. You feel like they deserted you, but you were intuitively told to leave this person. Somebody was getting presented to you because at that time you were praying for love to come through. God was like, you got that, but it's not going to come from this individual that you currently connected to. You ain't want to hear that. You kept going, thinking that that person could be that. But again, that person can be that for the person that they're supposed to be with, not you. You understand me? Certain times, chosen ones, you have to realize you're going to plant certain seeds that you're not going to be around to see them flourish. You're not going to see them bloom. So that's like you living at a house house and you plant a beautiful garden, but then you move. You're not going to see all of the work that you put in bloom in a sense, but the next person that comes in gets to enjoy that because of you. So it's you just not thinking selfishly. Although you may not want to build a person up for another person, just think that there's somebody who had to build the person that you're about to align with up in one way, shape, or form, whether or not that was through experiences, lessons, whatever the case may be, in order for them to be properly prepared for you to arrive so that they can be everything that they need to be. So you have to not think selfishly. This is like really being a gift so that somebody else gets to receive it, even if it's not you receiving it, okay? So just think about that, because some of you are thinking of entitlement over the person that you was connected with, and it's like, yes, you put work in, but God also told you that you served your purpose and you didn't listen. So now you are upset because you put all this work in and you knew that it wasn't going to be for you. You knew it was going to be for somebody else. So just, I know that it can be a little difficult thing to think, because you're like, well, you thought you was building this for yourself, but then you seen signs that it was not going to work like that, and you continue to build on. So now, all right, what you did over here, imagine where you're going to do it where you're supposed to be at. So now you done sat there and got that experience of building certain things up. So now you get to build it at your perfect forever home in a sense. All right. So it was preparation. You understand? So I always say, don't get upset if something don't work out, because you should get excited instead, because that's a sign that you're moving closer to the person that you're actually supposed to be with. There's some of you that's getting karma because the person that you're with, you know that you're not connected to them. God has showed you intuitively that this person is not for you. You don't feel a spark with them, but there's something that's tying you to them based upon either you're dependent on them financially, or you feel like you can't do for yourself. So now, of course, you've spoke that on you. So your blessings don't come through for you. They come through this individual to give little scraps to you because you didn't put all your power into them. There's some of you chosen ones that you're getting karma because you're not being honest. You don't feel that spark with the person that you're with, but you feel like it will hurt their feelings, but you're blocking them from meeting the person for them. And they're intuitively going to feel your energy shift because you're not going to be happy because you're there with a person that you do not want to be with. You could sit there and try to be there for this person for the children purposes, because you're feeling like, well, you want to break the cycle of not having a two-parent home, but instead you're going to create a cycle for your children because now they have to break the cycle of staying somewhere with somebody that they don't want to be with. So you have to think differently, chosen ones, all right? Now, with me saying this, you're breaking a cycle, all right? So this means being honest, because if you're lying to yourself and you're not giving the truth and the full truth to the person that you're in contact with or interacting with, you're not making it known that you don't really see a future with them, then chosen ones, at that point in time, you're going to get karma, because that's almost like putting a spell on them. That's giving them an illusion. You're lying to them. You're telling them things that they want to hear because you know that they want to hear it, or you feel like it's beneficial to you. And now you got karma coming in because that's like a spell on this individual. You're keeping them in an illusion. You're not telling them the truth. So now you understand? And then what happens? They end up reacting crazy. They start doing demonic shit. It's because that's a demonic trait that you done sat there and projected towards them. All right. So be mindful. Now, with that being said, you're clearing out the karma, all right? So being honest with yourself. You don't feel no spark with them. Your heart is somewhere else. Be honest. You understand? It's not to disrespect them. And this is because, chosen ones, some of you have to be the person to close out cycles that you created. Not all the time have you been the perfect person. Although you didn't have ill intentions, that does not mean that you didn't do something that could have affected somebody negatively, chosen ones, all right? So with me saying this is the time to clear out karmic cycles. Tell the truth to the people that are around you. And if they choose to still deal with you, okay, that's their free will. But at the same time, chosen ones, you can't lie to them, because in due time, God's going to have certain things get revealed. And when you lie to the wrong person, somebody who is truly divinely aligned, that's like you trying to do a spell on them. You trying to violate them. Karma's going to come through all through your life. So certain people, you understand, you got to know, you got to be properly prepared for that person that you praying to come in. Because if you're not properly prepared for that person that God is presenting, that's that opportunity, that's that love, that's abundance, that's that protection, that's that divinity that comes through this person. If you're not properly prepared and you play them, then you ruined your opportunities. Now you missed it. Now you're going to get karma and consequences that come in, because it's almost like you had ill intentions. Why would you ask for something that you wasn't ready for? So that's almost like you calling. Some of y'all feel like you can't miss what's for you. That's not true. If you're not listening to the signs and synchronicities that God is showing you and you're not acting at that time, everything is a domino effect. You got to be where you're supposed to be at that time for certain things to start to have that interaction. So if you do not make the moves that God's telling you to, you're causing a delay. So he's not going to have somebody else miss out because you're not properly prepared to play a position when he been telling you to walk away from certain people and you ain't listen. Now your divine person's getting presented and now they got to wait because you still got to end certain cycles. Absolutely not. That's some of you have a sense of entitlement. That's like you calling an Uber up where yes, you called them. Yes, you paid them, but there's only a certain amount of time that they going to be out there waiting. Yes, you can holler all day from the door. Oh, I'm coming. I'm about to come out. And 10 minutes later, absolutely. They're about to leave you. You didn't have to. Now you're going to have to find another route. And you better pray that somebody's available at that time so you get to where you're supposed to go to on time so that everything will align. See, I'm trying to tell you. So chosen ones, you better listen when God tells you to do something. Apply to that job. You procrastinating. You should have applied because at that point in time, you would have been the first person that got that call back. And that was supposed to be aligned because now this opportunity for this place was about to get presented. And not only that, because you had to be and take that opportunity because you were supposed to meet this person that you were supposed to meet to be with. So on and so forth. So there's some of you delayed listening. You is disobedience and you get karma that comes in. Also, prioritize certain things. You asking for more money, but what did you do with the last money that God gave you? You ain't pay those bills. You came up with an excuse on why you wanted to do what you wanted to do with it. See, prioritize. So at this time, you may just have enough to pay that bill. Pay that bill. Then God's going to reward you with enough to pay that bill and buy something for yourself. Then guess what? Next, he's going to reward you where you pay that bill, buy something for yourself, and you got money to save as well. You got to show something, baby. You out here just doing shit. Don't do. Now, again, God will tell you whether or not you can, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and live in that moment or not. But there's some of you come up with excuses. That's the enemy working against you. So prioritize certain stuff, all right? Also, chosen ones. Again, when it comes to taking a risk, there's some of you that you may not realize that your blessings is getting shown in different ways, in various forms, the same way people didn't know about you. They didn't see you as successful. Had they known, if they really knew and could guarantee that you was the person who was going to bring the opportunity to them, the love to them, the protection, God was going to reward them for protecting you, loving on you, nurturing you, being those that, because as seers, chosen ones, we need protectors. Somebody that as we seeing this, I ain't got to be looking all over my shoulder. You got me. You understand me? Somebody who, chosen ones, we don't need certain people, we're not supposed to be around 1,000,001 people at that time. You understand? Small. So just know that certain people get rewarded for playing a position that they supposed to play for you. Nobody nurtured you. This person come in nurturing you. They get rewarded for that. There's this person, nobody stood up for you. Nobody sat there and took that risk for you. This person do that. They get rewarded for that. Just by them being genuine to you, somebody that God's like, hey, yo, look over my little mamas. Look over my son real quick. Look over my daughter real quick for me. You feel me? Like in my absence, can you be that? Make sure that they good, get to where they need to go to. That's it. All they had to do was be your walking partner in a sense. And that's why some of these people done play themselves out of position. They ain't see your worth the whole time. Our worth and our wealth was within us. You ain't see it on us. Had you seen that, everybody would have seen it too. So certain things, God didn't even let them know that you really got it in you. And you didn't even know at the times, but you starting to know. You starting to see that. So now everything that you was manifesting is starting to get presented to you. That's why don't ruin your opportunity, chosen ones. Listen as God's guiding you. Apply when he tell you to apply. Leave that job when he tell you to leave that job. Leave that person when he telling you to leave that person because somebody else is about to get presented. And guess what? You can't sit there and tell that person to wait on you like that past person did to you and expect it. You understand me? You're not going to become that monster. You want to knock that shit out. You hear me? So you're not going to be somebody else's karmic. You hear me? That's we not having it. So again, I tell you, chosen ones, you already know the links in my bio. If you want to know the cycles that's connected to you, who's stopping you, who's trying to sabotage you, what you need to do, what's about to get presented to you, I got you. And you ain't got to tell me your business. I'm going to tell your business to you. Just so that you know that God aligned us and that you can trust me with the information that I'm presenting to you. I'll talk about your past, I'll talk about your present, and I'll talk about your future. You understand? But chosen ones, this is the time for you to get in preparation so that you don't miss the opportunity. So I'm telling you, if you need a confirmation, links in my bio. This ain't me trying to sell certain shit to you, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of opportunities that's about to be aligning. It's not just love, but that's coming. It's also as far as finances. Some of y'all got major moves that's about to get presented to you, and you out here thinking limited. You thinking that your circumstances is not going to work out for you, and no, you got to keep that faith. You understand me? Because that faith of a mustard seed, you done sat there and planning major things. You hear me? So some of y'all don't realize the opportunities about to get presented is about to take you to a different dimension. You hear me? I'm talking about finances change drastically, all because you are where you were supposed to be. You hear me? So chosen ones, listen. It ain't that for everybody. It ain't for you to persuade everybody to go in that direction. There ain't enough for them where you're going to. Because all these blessings were assigned to you. Your name's on it. So no matter if they show up or not, they really not going to get nothing. God ain't got it for them. They ain't put that work in. But there's some people, chosen ones, that don't just date based upon finances, because God's about to financially bless you, which was going to bless the person that you connected to. That's why you're getting guided to select the right individual, the person who deserves this opportunity to get presented. Now, the devil is going to work to try to keep you limited, stop certain things for you. Right now, there's so many exes that's doing black magic to keep certain people limited, keep certain illusions, have them react to certain shit. Do not allow that to get through to you. All right, now I'll get back on live tomorrow to talk about what they're intending to do, just so that you can prevent certain attempts that may be sent in your direction. Okay, but I got you. But the links in my bio, chosen ones. Now I say this, of course I say book as far as your readings now in preparation for the new year. Now, we know the new year is really April time, but the beginning of this year, when I tell you, especially around, I'll tell you specifically when you talk to me, but I'll say this. A lot of you, the first week of January, you don't realize it's takeoff time. That's why you getting called to rest right now. Some of y'all been so tired. Some of y'all been relaxing. Some of y'all been feeling like you ain't been doing shit. No, you doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Relax, recharge, because certain things is about to get presented to you, all right? But again, the links in my bio, I will say, book your coaching sessions now, because in the beginning of the year, there will be certain things that move around. So services that will be getting swapped out, certain services that will no longer be offered, just because I got something big prepared for y'all, right? I love you. I appreciate you. If you need me, you know how to reach me. The link's in my bio. Chosen ones, they say TikTok's about to go. So follow me on YouTube, because I'm about to just be doing my videos over there, all right? Instagram, I'm going to get better with posting too. But again, I have things aligned for us, chosen ones, all right? So I look forward to it with y'all. I love you. I believe in you. I'm excited for you. If you need me, you know how to reach me, babies, all right? Be great.